Hey everybody, so continuing on with preparing you guys for the study piece that I'm going to be publishing soon, getting onto that idea of playing these arpeggios across the neck in an extended fashion, and also just basically using triads at the moment just to get us into that. Now, the last mini lesson I did, which a lot of you guys seem to dig, was showing you how to play through these triads starting on the pinky here on the B string on a 5 string and doing this kind of diagonal backwards fingering idea, which is something I go through with a lot of my students. And it's a pretty cool method also because as we play something like this, you can see even though there is large expanse of fingerboard we're traveling across, it's a pretty smooth transition. And when we come back down, what we're doing is we're avoiding too many awkward skips and moves. It's really like this raking is primarily what's going on. If I sort of hold the bass like this, you can really see my plucking hand as I do this. Do a lot with, see, it's a lot of raking involved we can do with that. It's not bad. Now, focusing now on the fretting hand as we do this. Now, here's another concept to add to this. You don't have to always play the same ascending pattern as the descending. So I could do this on the ascending. Check this out. This way I was using a symmetrical pattern extended here, but first to fourth finger on the root to the major third. Then I move to my first here and bar from the fifth, the A, up to the D, and then from that same D, the octave D, we've got first to fourth again. So we've gone 1, 4 here, and we move to our first on the A, 12th fret again, right? And then 1 to 4 again here. Watch this. Right? Now remember, as we went to the A on our first here, we do the same thing here. The fourth for the final D. So it's all 1, 4, 1, 4 combinations. 1, 4 to 1. And then 1, 4, and then 1, you guessed it, up to 4. Play the whole thing. That's pretty neat. I'm not a huge fan of extended fingering lower down the neck where it's really massive stretch, especially on a 5 or 6. And really, you know, if you're playing like a high speed like bebop tune or something and you're walking through Cherokee at 350 BPM, you're really not going to be trying to play like 5 or 6 fret spans down here. It just doesn't happen, you know. You're going to be playing in closed positions sometimes or 1 finger per fret, you know, if you're playing like a fast walking line or even a solo line. Down here it's tough doing these stretches, but up here it's where they start to become really useful. See? Right? Now, I did different fingering on the ascending and descending, didn't I? On the ascending, 1, 4, 1, 4. No. On the descending, I did the fingering I showed you guys in the last mini lesson where I went, and then I do this diagonal backwards triad shape across 3 strings. Or 3 finger diagonal if you got the 5 string down to the low D on the B string. So this symmetrical. If you don't have that B, you can still use most of this and go. Just finish it with the 4, 1. So you can go up this way. The 4 string, non-use of the B, and then we use the B on the way down. Do that fingering, or you can go up and down with this. Or you could do all this, but this is awkward. That's a little awkward, the hop here. Doable. But that's a little harder, so that's what I'm getting you to go. Or. See? Some cool stuff here. Let me go through that one more time slowly. The 1-4-1-4 idea. the diagonal idea utilizing our B string. Now I'll do that slow too. The descending version of that. Like I said, easier to rake through on that. Now, if you don't have the B, you can still do. I'd probably swap to my pinky there if I didn't have the B, and then I'd go down to the D here. Let me play that for you. Not bad, eh? See, now I'm starting to combine them. So you got these 2 or 3 great ways, and you can mix these up. You know, one way you could go up this way, but that's just not as easy. And we're looking at something with the study piece. I'm going to want you guys to go. You're going to want to do all that. So we want to work on fingerings that you're going to be able to use relatively quickly, and with that nice kind of smooth idea of executing this up and down, you know, long notes, nice and smooth kind of execution, get a good sound. And I really think this helps.